Would I be the a-hole for asking a family to remove their child's death memorial from my property? I recently purchased a home on a country road. 5 years ago, some drunk local teenagers wrapped their car around a tree on the property and one died. Their family created a roadside memorial with a 4-foot cross and wooden sign. People come a few times a year and place flowers, notes, etc. The memorial is on my property in front of the tree they hit, about 10 feet from the road. I don't want to see this memorial every day. It's depressing and reminds me that a tragedy happened here, which I don't need. I'm trying to get over some stuff. I want this home to be a fresh, clean start, but I'm also sensitive to the kid's family and friends' feelings. Would I be the a-hole if I asked the family to take down the memorial?
Plant a hedge around it between it and your house so you don't have to look at it. Not the a-hole. It would mess with my head too. You'll feel terrible if you pull it down though.
That's not a bad idea. Thanks, and you are right.
Better yet, plant a hedge going across your property after the public easement to keep away strangers from trespassing on your property.
No a-holes here. Have a conversation with the family. Maybe offer to make a little flower bed at the foot of the tree where these folks can come leave flowers. But that isn't a glaring 4-foot cross that turns your private home into a public graveyard. I do think it's weird, especially as time goes on, to keep focusing on the spot the kid died, instead of celebrating a place that was significant to him while he was alive.
A parent here who lost a son in an accident. It was on a corner 1 house away from our house. He was 7. It was a bicycle van accident. He rode his bike through a stop sign. We planted a rose bush on the corner of our property. No one but our family knew it was a memorial, but it was special to us. I get it why they want a memorial where he died, but it is your property, your decision. However, I would give the family, if you know who they are, time to take anything they want. Just remove anything left, box it up, and put it in a way back corner of your yard in case they come and ask for it. Anything else left added to the box a day or 2 after it's left. Your property, your choice. If you don't mind a small memorial, tell them that, but if you want nothing, then put up a no trespassing sign or fence if that's possible.
No a-holes here, but I'm gonna bet this isn't gonna go the way you want it to.
Right? That's what I'm afraid of. That even if I tread super carefully and respectfully, I'll be known as the a-hole who made the family take it down.
Yeah, it's awkward for sure, but not the a-hole. It's your home and your property, and if you're uncomfortable with it, then that overrules the feelings of anyone else here. They can leave notes and flowers at his grave, doesn't need to be the location of his death. Cemeteries serve the same purpose they are trying to use your property for.
Am I the a-hole for calling my best friend's girlfriend homophobic and rolling my eyes at her? This whole thing is frustrating, but let me explain. I have 3 best friends. 2 are guys and 1 is a girl. We've been friends for most of our lives, and we're all 24, 25 now. Our larger friend group also includes a mix of guys and girls, but we're not as close to them, but still we do hang out when we can. One of my best friends, Nick, has a girlfriend, Emily. Emily doesn't love that we have a girl best friend, Piper. Emily is incredibly jealous of Piper and acts very uncomfortable around her. She has a problem with me as well. She doesn't like that I refuse to exclude Piper. This came up around Nick's birthday because I threw him a small birthday party with all our friends, Nick's siblings and Emily. Emily wanted me to not invite Piper, and she even suggested I could reduce the number of people invited since it was in my home, but she only seemed to want other girls excluded. I refused and told her she didn't get a say. Things did kind of kick off during the party, when the 4 of us took a few photos together, and Emily apparently complained to Nick about Piper's inclusion, and they had a fight. She apologized to him afterward, and he forgave her because she said nothing to Piper directly. Nick told me about it, and he asked me, Piper, and our other best friend Shane about it to see if she was being a dick to Piper or about Piper behind his back. She didn't say anything to Piper, but he did talk to her about the stuff I said. She apologized again and has been holding it all in around Nick. Emily joined our whole friend group for a movie night at another friend's house, and she was pissed that I had told Nick that she didn't want Piper at his birthday party. She said she's not unreasonable to not like her boyfriend and future husband having such a close friendship with a girl. She said female best friends are for gay guys only, and that's why it's fine for me, but not for Nick. I told her I wasn't gay, and she laughed and said yeah right, that she knew I was gay, and lying that my younger brother is gay, and not me, and how could I not be gay when I have so much in common with Piper especially. I said she was letting her homophobia show, and it was pathetic. She started freaking out that I called her that, and then I rolled my eyes at her. Nick came in during the fight, and I told him what happened. I'm not sure yet if they broke up, but I assume so. I'm still waiting to hear from Nick. But Emily has been blowing up my phone saying I ruined her life and was so unnecessarily rude to her, and I should be apologizing for calling her homophobic and then rolling my eyes when she was pissed at being labeled that way. Am I the a-hole?
Not the a-hole. But man, you make me glad to be old with old friends. I do not miss that kind of drama and puerile behavior. Look for a better class of friends.
My friends are great. It's this girlfriend who isn't, and I never considered her a friend.
Not the a-hole. But that girl needs therapy. She's trying to repair her strained relationship with her partner who has just learned she's behaving poorly to his friends, so she behaves poorly towards his friends. Great idea, Emily. Straight guys can have female friends. Straight girls can have male friends. It's honestly so gross that people get offended at the idea that straight people can have meaningful non-sexual relationships with members of the opposite sex. Honestly, I think you were incredibly restrained just politely calling her out and rolling your eyes. Not sure I'd have been so kind about her nonsense. She made her choices. The consequences of those choices have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I always wonder how these people think bi and pansexuals should live. Like, do they think they should no longer have friends if they are in a relationship? It also really feels like a self-report. Someone who thinks you can't have friends of the gender you are attracted to reads to me like someone who has trouble with that themselves.
Not the a-hole, you called it like you saw it, and you were right. He's clearly not okay with having his best friend excluded on the basis of gender. And the fact that she tried to go around him and manipulate the situation by getting his friends to exclude her is not okay. She's entitled to be uncomfortable about the relationship, but not to behave that way. I'd have called her sexist as well as homophobic.
I can't remember who said this, but there's a quote that goes, "Beware the woman who hates other women." She's probably judging from her own character. Not only is Emily a homophobe, she's a covert misogynist, and her toxic prejudices and insecurities are bringing all kinds of unnecessary drama into what otherwise sounds like a pretty cool friend group. For her to demand an apology from you is just the icing on the cake. Not the a-hole, and if Nick hasn't yeeted her into the Kuiper Belt by now, y'all need to convince him to do so.
Am I the a-hole for refusing to wear a bra when my roomie's boyfriend stays over? I don't wear bra at home. I go to college then library and then work then gym. I am out at 7 a.m. and back at 10 p.m. Usually, I take a quick shower when I get home, then make a snack and just relax for an hour before bedtime. On weekends, I barely leave the apartment beside the occasional outing with friends or colleagues. My roommate and I are very close, but now she has been biting my head off about me not wearing a bra at home. I was confused. Then she explained that it was about her boyfriend. I laughed in her face and told her to put a bra on his eyes instead. She got very upset, but I told her that I wasn't interested in her boyfriend. Not in the slightest. She got offended and said that he wasn't interested in me either, so I said, then why are we arguing? It is only an issue if we were interested in each other. Tell him next time he sees me braless, he can pretend that I am a wall. According to her, it wasn't about interest, but being invasive, and he felt uncomfortable. Would you think that it was fine if he showed his D? I called her stupid because I was in my home. I wouldn't go braless in his home, and if he chose to go naked in his home, the only right I have is to get the hell out of there. She called me the Am I?
Not the a-hole. Pretty obvious. It's your house. It's your level of comfort.
Thanks, that was my original thought, but then I started second-guessing myself.
Not the a-hole. It's pretty ironic that she said it's invasive, yet he's the one coming into your home and wanting you to change the way you live because it makes him uncomfortable. Oh, the absolute horror of it all for him. If they're so uncomfortable being in your home, how about suggesting they weekend at his?
I had to laugh at the use of the word invasive. What is she doing? Poking RM's boyfriend in the eye with her nipples?
Not the a-hole, and it doesn't even have anything to do with you being in your own home. Bras can cause pain and discomfort and are completely optional, just like everyone has the right to choose to go commando. What people wear under their clothes is no one's business, and it's bullshit that women are made to feel like shit for refusing to be uncomfortable to make men comfortable.
Not the a-hole. Not only is this an unreasonable request from her, it's also sending her boyfriend a ridiculous message. Just because he's a man, it doesn't mean he's incapable of being in the same room as a woman whose nipples are visible through her t-shirt or whatever. Contrary to popular belief, men aren't all thinking with their dicks night and day. You have a choice to wear whatever you like, and he's able to act like a grown-up. If he can't do that, your roomie should dump his ass anyway.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.